Okay, so I wanted to discuss with you a few more honourable mentions that we're going to be doing, because the last time that we spoke about what we're going to do for the honourable mentions, they've essentially been run out. Fuck, that doesn't make any sense, does it? So far, the ones that we decided upon in that last episode was, we did Arrival, then Godfather 3, The Revenant, Rain Man, Brokeback Mountain, Planet of the Apes, Apocalypto, Titanic, Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban, and Dancing with Wolves. So there was a couple of ones that I was going to run by you, but I would really like to do them.
Okay.
And I want to hear your thoughts. So I have a list of possible future honourable mentions, and I'm thinking I'll say something, and you either say a hard yes, definitely, or no, fuck off, or maybe trailer, like you need to know more, like I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued, and we'll look at a trailer and then come back to it. Or
okay.
What would you think? Those are sort of the three options that you can say.
Yeah. Yep, that's kind of the only things I would have to say anyway, so...
Yeah, okay, so this is, the honourable mentions are movies that we think are underrated, and they think they should be in the top 250 and they're worth a discussion, right? So, one of the ones that I wanted to talk about was maybe a definite was Castaway.
Yes.
Tom Hanks, Robert Zemeckis, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I like Castaway.
Do you think it's worth a discussion or be in the top 250?
It's interesting subject matter. It's an interesting hypothetical situation. I remember it being... Like, the story was definitely very good. The set was interesting. I'm just trying to think, are there better movies? There probably are. There are probably worse movies. I mean, I think as the first one, I'd say, yeah, I'd be interested in doing Castaway, but also, I kind of need to hear the rest of your list to decide, like,
so that's sort of on the maybe
how it
side.
ranks. Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking Dunkirk, which is Christopher Nolan's latest one at the time of this recording. It's World War II, based on true story. He messes with time a lot in that. There's a lot of really cool shots, big cast. What do you think about Dunkirk? I'm surprised it wasn't in the top 250s. I thought it was. Maybe it dropped out.
What do you mean he messes with time a lot?
Christopher Nolan's always well known for messing with time. You see that in Memento or even Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar, where it's just the timeline's not linear.
Oh, okay.
What essentially happens in that is there's one particular event that happens at Dunkirk in France, I think it is.
And so they're looking at it over and over again from different perspectives.
Yeah, sort of. There's three main timelines. One of them is 1 month out from the event, one of them is 1 week out from the event, and one's 1 day, I think. That's what it is. I've only seen it once, so I got that wrong. One of them might be an hour. Anyway, they all run through until they line up at a particular point in time.
Interesting.
Yeah, do you want to do it or not? I don't want to do a serious breakdown of every single movie. There's 46 of them here. Just say yes or no or trailer. Do you want to watch a trailer? The trailer's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't really want to do... There's going to be a lot of movies that neither of us have seen, and I like ones that one or both of us have seen, so we know whether or not it deserves it. So I think we need to have a discussion about the ones that neither of us have seen. So there might be quite a few of those that I've heard are very good and probably worth a discussion, but I've never seen it. I was thinking Primal Fear. I've never seen it. I like
Primal Fear.
But you said you have?
I've seen them. I haven't seen it all the way through, but I know what it's about, and I've seen, like, the kind of pivotal scenes. You're getting a lot of feedback. Why is there noise up there?
The truck just went past.
Oh, okay. I think we're gonna like it for the same reasons we liked Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so yes or no,
Yeah.
or trailer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What about Tangled? Do you think that's worth a discussion as an animated movie? Or is your love for it completely unjustified and it's just a nostalgia thing?
It is. It's completely unjustified. There's probably better or more classical animations that we could look at, or ones that were more influential. I just fucking love that movie.
See, the ones that were classical and more influential, I think, are already in the top 250.
Yeah.
I think this one is underrated. But that's your call. What do you think?
I think we'd have to look at it in comparison to some other Disney movies and then make a call. So that one's a maybe.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like...
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the last one. There was another one. Oh, we'd also agreed that we were going to do a double feature of Letters from Iwo Jima and Flags of Our Fathers. So that was definitely a one locked in as well that we haven't done at the time of this recording.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to bring them up on the list so that we can have a look at them. Possibles. The Color Purple and The Martian we spoke about last time, they're still on the sort of maybe list. I really like The Martian. I've never seen... Have you seen it?
Again, this is one I've seen parts of.
Okay.
And it's quite... You gotta get over that, man. That's just the way it was for me in movies.
I'm just asking you if you think we should do it. I am over it.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
And The Martian... I think we should do The Martian as well.
Okay, that was easy.
Yep.
Get Out, we also spoke about. There's a lot to talk about there, but that's still in a maybe pile for me. Okay. I don't really want to show you a trailer or show you anything about it because it's a psychological thriller. It's not like a straight up horror or jump scares or anything.
You've basically told me what I need to know about Get Out.
We spoke a lot about it on the first time we did this.
Mm-hmm.
The Raid and The Raid 2, I hear, are some of the best, like, action movies ever made. I believe they're... I'm trying to think where they're from. I think it's Hong Kong. And it's like martial arts films. Filmed very well. Some of the best action scenes you'll see.
Okay.
I believe it's like a SWAT team in a single building, kind of like Die Hard style, where the entire action movie is set in one building on one night sort of thing. Like,
I'm looking at the poster or the cover or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, it's screaming Die Hard to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Apparently they're both very good.
I'll need to see a trailer for that one.
Okay, I'll put that on the trailer pile.
Yeah.
And I didn't just want to be biased and just say, like, all these, you know, westernized movies that I've heard of. I would like to chuck in ones there that I've never seen, but I know are good, and they're foreign language sort of thing. So there might be a few in here that we need to see. So that's why I put them on the list. Possibles.
Okay.
Strangers on a Train. Yeah. I would like to just talk about Strangers on a Train real quick.
Yep.
That's Alfred Hitchcock from 1951. I hear it's very good. Alfred Hitchcock is very good. This is one of his more underrated ones, but I think it deserves a discussion. It's 8.0. I don't really know much about it. I haven't seen it. Maybe watch a trailer?
Yeah, I read the little synopsis there. I'm like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, and the way what he does with some of his... Yeah. Dial M for Murder, I think, is on the list as well, and I really want to watch that one. I think that's around 100. Anyway, trailer, what were you going to say?
Going back to The Raid and foreign produced movies, one that I actually really, really enjoyed for the action content, but also like the historical accuracy, was The Foreigner with Jackie Chan. That one came out a couple years ago, I think.
Who else was in there? There was another big name actor in there. Was it Sylvester Stallone?
No, it was Brosnan?
Pierce
Is that his
Brosnan,
name?
right? That's who it was. Yeah.
I
That
really
guy's
like
aged
that movie.
really well.
He has. I was surprised to find out that was Asian produced. Because a lot of the stuff that Jackie Chan has been in recently is Asian produced. I really liked it. I don't want to talk about anything else about it, but I liked it kind of in the same way I liked Arrival, but I fucking love Arrival, so I don't want to say I liked it that way, but for some of the same reasons.
The thing is, I think of a movie that might fit. I look at where it is on the IMDb, and I don't really want to pick anything that's less than 7.6 out of 10. You need a solid 8 or 8.1 to get into top 250. So anything that's 7.6 or higher that's not in the top 250 is honorable mention territory. So I don't know what The Foreigner is, but if it's like 7.0, I don't really want to do it because it's not in the public's eye as deserving it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pick something that's garbage.
See where it is.
Right? Yeah, I will. I'm just saying, before I look it up, I'm letting you know that I'm probably not going to be for it unless it's up there.
I'd still push for it. I think it's that good.
Okay, we'll look at the trailer because I haven't seen anything for it.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong button.
I do want you to just look at it quickly here, so we.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
7.0. What a guess.
I'm gonna push for it still.
Okay, we'll watch your trailer and we'll get back to it, okay?
Yep. Okay.
The Notebook. What do you think about The Notebook? This is kind of
I love The Notebook.
See, some people do and some people fucking hate this movie. So it's a 7.8. I feel like it's reasonably widely accepted. I remember liking it when I watched it in 2004 when it first came out, but I don't know. I don't remember much about it. What do you think?
I like it. I like The Notebook.
Do you think it's worth a discussion?
Yeah, it's got kind of a similar flavor to The Help.
The Help? How did you get to The Help?
Just the way that the story is presented more than anything. Like, it's kind of similar. The setting's similar, and just the way, like, the use of cinematic shots and things like that is kind of similar. It's presented similarly. Not the story, not the content, but the presentation. Yeah, I'd like to do the Notebook.
So that's on the yes? Or is it on the maybe?
It's up there. It's on the yes or high maybe. Maybe just say high maybe. Because it's got a really good story. That's what pushes it there.
Okay, yeah, I think it's one of the better Noah Baumbach ones, because I think he was the one who wrote it, wasn't he? I'll let his feel the same as well. The Great Beauty. Now, this one was suggested to me via Instagram on the We Are DB Film Podcast Instagram. This is, is it Italian, I think, or is it French? 7.8. I have no idea. I don't know. It's just like a... I don't even know. He just said it was one of the best films. It's very seductive, as you would imagine, like one of these Italian, French sort of films. I'm trying to think. I don't really know anything about it. I'm going to put that on the trailer list because I'm reading the thing here and I still don't know what it is.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's Italian just based on those last names.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'd have to see a trailer.
I think it is. I think it is.
I have no idea. Yeah.
The person who recommended it to me recommended it very highly, so I'll look into it.
Okay.
Next up, we have Clerks.
Clerks!
Now, Clerks, okay, so comedies are very hard to do right, and there's very few of them on the top 250 because of that. I think Clerks was so different and influential, and the subject matter of it's worth a discussion. What do you think?
Well, the fact that it created such a cult following Yeah, absolutely. I remember when we watched this for the first time. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is this? And by the end of it, I was like, fuck yeah! So,
And then
no,
after
for
that, we
sure.
went on a string of Kevin Smith films. Because
Yeah.
he has a very particular feel that he's going for. So I'm good for that. There's very few films that are like comedies that I'm just like, yes, that is a
They
great
usually
comedy.
just suck, you know what I mean? Like, they're all
hard to do
cookie
well.
cutter now. Yeah, no, for sure. And for that reason, too. Like, on top of me liking it, yeah, for sure.
I like your reaction to that. You're like, fuck yeah, Clerks.
Yeah.
1994 was a great year.
It was a great
Match
year.
Point. Match Point, I, again, don't know much anything about it. It's a tennis movie directed by Woody Allen from 2005. You've got Scarlett Johansson being very sexy in it, and she's meant to be like this love interest. I hear it's very good. 7.6, rated R. What do you think? I'm personally going to put it on the trailer section because I don't know anything about it. It looks
Sorry, I'm just
like a
reading
generic
the synopsis.
daytime sort of crappy movie, isn't it? But it's Woody Allen and it's got good praise, so
Yeah.
maybe it's a
Well,
little
I'm
bit more
just-
than that.
I'm hung up. I'm reading the synopsis and I'm stuck on the friend and soon to be brother-in-law that's screwing with my head. So sorry. Well, I'm looking at that and I'm like, how is she the friend's mistress? Like, I'm confused. Anyways, trailer. I have no idea.
Okay,
I
I don't know either.
I like Scarlett Johansson, but we'll have to see.
I haven't seen many Woody Allen.
If I have, I wouldn't know.
Actually, I'm going to look at... One of my favorite of his is Annie Hall, and it won Best Picture that year, so I'm just going to see where it is on the list. It is at 8.0. I'm going to see if that's on the list, because I'm going to push for it if it's not.
Annie Hall.
Yeah. It is not in the top 250, so I'm gonna say trailer for Annie Hall, but I'm gonna push for it because I really like it. It always amazes me that like a movie, like there's a lot of movies where they'll clean up at the Oscars, and I don't think Annie Hall did, but it was very highly praised when it came out. It got Best Picture. There was a lot of buzz. The people went on to do great things. And then it's not even in the top 250, so that means the public didn't think it was highly regarded. Like, Rain Man's not in the top 250, which surprised me. Titanic isn't in the fucking top 250. And it just amazes me how that happens.
Titanic was the highest grossing fucking movie of all time until,
For
like, this
12
year.
years, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Avatar technically did, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and then how could... Whatever. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Yes, we're doing
Annie Hall, I would say, is also a comedy. I found that hilarious when I first watched it. I don't know if he's meant to be, but I would say that that's a comedy from the 70s, so I'm going to push for that one. I love it.
Okay. I have no idea what it's about.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Cat on a Tin Roof. I don't know much about this one from 1958. 8.0. I think this is an Elizabeth Taylor, Paul Newman classic. What do you think? I like to give these things an opportunity into the honorable mentions because they're not in the list. They're probably worth a discussion, even if I haven't seen them.
I always thought this one was a play. I mean, is this a film adaptation of a play?
Yeah, a lot of these things back in the 50s probably were plays, and they've just been made into films. That you probably see quite a few of those things. It's 8.0, so I'm good for a trailer.
Hold on. Okay, my computer was being a dick.
Is the main character's name Brick? He's an alcoholic ex-football player. Brick and Maggie.
We'll see if we can find any sort of trailer or coverage. What year did this come out? 1958. This is touch and go. It could be really good. It could be not great. So
I will judge that off the trailer.
Yeah, same.
It is an 8.0, so I think it's worth bringing up in this conversation.
It's worth checking out. Castaway, I'd be keen.
Have you seen Philadelphia?
No.
Read the synopsis of this one. I believe Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks both got Best Actors, supporting and main in this.
Okay, let me just read it. Stop talking for 1 second. Huh. Yeah,
I hear it's very
really
good.
Interesting.
This was the year he did before Forrest Gump. Jonathan Demme. I'm trying to think. That name rings a bell. What has he done? Oh yeah, he did Silence of the Lambs. I'm like, where have I seen that name before? He did Silence of the Lambs. So I'm gonna put that on the yes pile. Philadelphia, even though I haven't seen it.
I'm interested simply for the content.
Yeah, I hear it's like the content. I don't know what word I was looking for, but that was essentially what I was looking for. It's an interesting one with the good acting, really good acting. Little Miss Sunshine. Have you ever seen this?
No.
This is pretty much an all-star cast. This is kind of like a black comedy kind of thing. They're on a road trip to help the youngest daughter go to a beauty pageant. And hilarity ensues from a series of mishaps. And it's pretty funny. It's rated R. I did not realize that. You've got Steve Carell, Toni Collette, Greg Kinnear, Abigail Breslin. I'm trying to think of the dad's name. He's an old actor. Alan Arkin. And he's a foul-mouthed grandpa. You've got Paul Dano, who's a very good actor. He was quite young then, and there's a bunch of things that go wrong. They're trying to drive this piece of shit yellow V-dub across the country sort of thing. I've seen it a couple of times. I'm good for watching a trailer on that one because I don't think it's a sure thing as an honorable mention, but it's got a 7.8 and I have seen it a few times and I think it's quite funny. So I'm going to put that on a trailer.
Right. Yep.
Next up, we've got 3:10 to Yuma. Have you seen this?
Absolutely, yes.
You're going to put that straight on the yes file?
Yeah, I really like that movie.
This is one of the not weird, but rare opportunities where the remake is actually way better than the original, because this was done during the Western times of John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and shit. I don't know exactly, but I know it was done before, and the remake I hear is a lot better. 7.7 rated R. Great cast.
Have you not seen this?
I have seen it once years ago.
Oh, okay. I really enjoyed this.
Okay, on the yes pile. I like the ones where you're just like, yes, that's one. Mm-hmm. Is this fucking motherfucker? Anyway. Before Sunset. Now, there was a series of these, I think, with Ethan Hawke. Before Sunset and Before Sunrise, and I hear they're very good. They're very highly praised. 8.0. Rated R. It only goes for 80 minutes. That's fucking shorter than an animated movie. But I don't know anything about it. Maybe Before Sunset, it's the second one, looking at the synopsis there?
It looks like, yeah.
Okay. We'll look into it. I'm going to put that on the trailer pile, because I hear both of them are good.
I'd have to look into it more.
So when we've done this list, and we've got a list of ones we're going to do trailers, we're going to watch through all the trailers, and then come back to record and say, what do we think? What do you think of that?
Sounds good. Yep.
Frog in my throat. Sideways. Fuck. I hear this is a good cast. Paul Giamatti, Thomas Hayden Church, directed by Alexander Payne. Rated R. There's a lot of R-rated movies here. Shit. Read the synopsis there.
Yeah, I'm trying. Just hold on. Okay.
I'm good for a trailer. I've heard good things. Well praised. I don't know if it's meant to be a comedy. It says comedy, drama, romance. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
The Thin Red Line. Terrence Malick. 1998. So this is a war movie from...
Yep.
98.
World War
II.
II.
Same year as Saving Private Ryan. Rated R again. 7.6 out of 10. Sean Penn, Nick Nolte. I don't know anything about it. Based on a novel.
I'm not even really sure where it's supposed to be, because this doesn't look like Europe. So I don't know. I don't know where.
Maybe
that
it's
place
Japan?
is.
Oh,
Maybe.
no. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking Africa, maybe.
Yeah, Guadalcanal?
Yeah, I have no idea. Trailer, I have no idea. I've been a bit iffy about the war movies lately, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if it's rated R.
Hold on a sec. My computer's being a dick.
Oh.
Well, it keeps, like, the screen is doing things, but it keeps, like, just putting the screensaver on. Okay.
Mine's
well, it
at
looks a
12
bit
o'clock.
better now that I fixed it.
Alright. Okay, good.
All right.
You good?
Okay. Yep.
Some of the titles on this list, I don't know why I put them on here, but this one's got rated R again. 7.7 out of 10, Deliverance from 1972. You've got a young John Voight, Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty, I think it is. Is it a shotgun in the water with a canoe?
Yep.
Drama thriller. I'm interested in this. This could be good. I'm going to put that on the trailer list. What do you think?
I have to see a trailer.
Okay. End of watch. Ashley loves this movie. Rated R, 7.6 out of 10. This is kind of like a found footage kind of movie based on like body cams and dash cams of police officers in LA.
I want to see it simply because I want to see how it looks cinematically.
Okay.
I want to see how they did it.
I think we might watch that and then figure out after we've watched it that it's whether or not it's worth it.
Yeah, like this is one I kind of want to watch anyway, regardless of if we put it on the podcast or not. Yeah. Yep. Maybe. Definite maybe.
Yep.
Requires further analysis. Malcolm X.
I don't know anything about who Malcolm X was. I'm guessing he's kind of like a Martin Luther King, civil rights activist kind of guy.
He was, and he was also, like... He was a philosopher, also.
This is like prime Denzel. 1992. I think he won the Oscar for this.
Black nationalist, that's right.
And yet Malcolm X is rated PG. We got all these R-rated ones, and then one with a big controversial, influential topic. You've got PG. Yeah. Was he assassinated? Or am I just thinking of Martin Luther?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'm thinking trailer. I know a lot of these are going towards trailers, but we need to look more into it. But I'm glad that I'm showing you the list before we just went straight into trailers. Are you good with trailer?
Yep.
Okay, I always get it confused with American History X. How do you pronounce this one?
Y tu mamá también.
Okay.
También.
I believe it's I thought it was like
this looks
Brazilian.
Portuguese.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so it says in Mexico, but I think it's in Portuguese. This is Alfonso Cuarón. So he did things like Gravity and Prisoner of Azkaban.
Didn't he do The
Revenant? He did a bunch recently. Yes, that's what it was. He did The Revenant.
Yeah.
So this was 2001 before he did any of those. Rated R. This is a sexual road trip movie, I believe it is.
Again, this is one I'm kind of interested to see just because.
Yeah.
I've
heard very good things. 7.6 out of 10, rated R.
Definite trailer, maybe. For fuck's sake. I don't know how to fix my computer. Well, it just keeps logging itself off.
Is it logging off or is it just putting the screensaver up?
It's logging off and I have to keep signing in again.
Oh, that's weird.
It is weird.
But it's still recording?
Yeah.
While it's logged off?
Yes. Ugh. Okay. for that one. There's definitely one. Definitely a trailer. Again, might be one of those ones that I just want to check out anyway.
Okay. Stranger Than Fiction. This is a comedy from 2006. You've got Will Ferrell, Emma Thompson, Dustin Hoffman, Queen Latifah. Have we seen this together?
No, I hate Will Ferrell.
Yes, Will Ferrell sucks, but I think this is his best one just because he's not trying so hard to be funny. And everything else that he's in, he's trying so hard to be funny. And this one, he's just... It's kind of just
acting.
like a nice sort of comedy drama, fantasy... I really like it. I own this one on Blu-ray, and I usually don't really like his stuff. I really like it, and I think you'll like it. The question is whether or not it deserves an honorable mention slot and a discussion, because the concept is pretty good, and I'm always good with my high concepts. So I'm going to go with trailer on that one.
Trailer, yeah. I'll say right now, I'm biased in it, because as soon as I saw his face on that poster, I'm like, ugh.
You know, my sister's the exact same way, and I'm like, just sit through it, watch it, you'll enjoy it. And she's like, yeah, it was great, because...
Which sister?
She's, again, my older sister, Ashley. As soon as she saw Will Ferrell, she's like, nah, fuck off. Like, Will Ferrell and, like, Adam Sandler, there's a certain... They can't do anything more than just, like, trying too hard.
That's interesting, because I love Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's the same boat for me. Nah.
Okay, but I hate
he's got
Will Ferrell.
one or two where he's just like, okay, I can see what you're going for here. I can kind of like it. And I think Will Ferrell has a couple of redeemable ones out of his like 40 movies that he's done. This is one of them.
Mm.
I think Emma Thompson and Dustin Hoffman are some of the best parts in this too. It's got Maggie Gyllenhaal. We'll look into that later. Empire of the Sun, Steven Spielberg, 1987.
I love Empire of the Sun. Absolutely.
I have not seen it. Are you going to put this on the list as a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this is a war movie that looks at World War II in Japan from a completely different angle.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you need to see the effects this had, not on the front. You know what I mean? And this does
Spielberg has done a lot of war movies, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He did that Band of Brothers miniseries as well.
I didn't realize that was him. My brother and my grandpa watched that and they really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even if it wasn't him, I think he at least produced it. He had a strong hand in it. Him and Tom Hanks really wanted to push for that one. Okay, so that's straight on the list. Emperor of the Sun. Great.
Yes.
I look forward to it, actually.
It's really fantastic, and this is young Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And he's quite
says
amazing.
A young English boy struggles to survive in 1987, so that's Christian Bale. I actually haven't seen him play English a lot. He's always something else.
Yeah. Apollo 13. I also really enjoyed Apollo 13. We watched it in grade 8 when we were learning about space.
Yeah, I think I watched it in like grade 4, and I'm like, I don't know, understand what's happening at all. I didn't understand.
I was going to say, it'd be a bit lost on you.
Yeah, I don't know why. Little. Oh, actually, I think it was in grade 3. I don't know why my teacher showed it to us then. Grade 8, I can see a little bit more.
Yeah.
What do you think about this one? Yes, no, maybe.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd almost want to see First Man more than this.
Ooh.
This is,
I really want to see First Man. I haven't seen it.
This is a definite maybe. Okay. I think it depends on what else we have on the list, because Apollo 13, it was done quite well. Again,
it's done in such a way where you feel on the edge of your seat, and so it's so tense, even though you know the ending. It's the way he goes about it. Like, even if the ending's spoiled, you still feel tense, and I love it.
Yeah. I forgot Kevin Bacon was in this.
I think, I think this is one of Ron Howard's best.
It's a definite maybe.
Okay.
It depends on what else we've got. It kind of has to match the caliber,
Have you seen Atonement?
No, let me just read the synopsis.
So this is from 2007. It got a lot of praise when it came out. It's based on a novel. I remember liking it when I've watched it in 2007. Don't remember much about it. I remember it being fairly depressing. Like, it's set in war times.
I was gonna say, I'm looking at the synopsis and I'm like, I could probably go without ever seeing that.
Okay.
Let me watch the trailer and decide, because honestly,
I do like
if it's
James
one where I'm
McAvoy.
like, if it's one where I'm like, I have no interest in seeing that, it doesn't belong on an honorable mention list. Or on our honorable mention list.
It's got 7.8, rated R again. I'll put it on the trailer list, but more likely to be on the maybe to no list, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we got Tangled, which we spoke about before. Only if we're looking for other things.
I think there's other Disney movies that could be better suited.
How about this? We look at the list of the top 250, have a look at what animated movies there are, what Disney movies there are, and figure out which ones also need to deserve to be in there. So maybe not Tangled, but we'll look into it.
Is Nemo in the top 100?
It's about 160. That's where it is.
See, it definitely deserves to be higher. I've said this 5 million times, but like if I was gonna pick a movie that anything has to live up to, it would have to live up to Finding Nemo.
Yes.
To be
I think
about.
that's a perfect, well-rounded story, and I don't think it needed a sequel for that reason. Have you seen The Last Samurai?
Yes.
Sorry.
Again, watched it at school. No, it's okay.
Okay. So you watched
it at school. Yep. We were learning about feudal Japan in, again, grade 8. So Apollo 13 we watched in science, and The Last Samurai we watched in social studies.
I like how your
history.
grade 8 teacher is just like, get all your education from movies.
Yeah. 2 different teachers, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think this is also a split controversial. Some people love it, some people hate it. I remember liking it. I have seen it years ago. Tom Cruise goes pretty full on into this this role. 2003, rated R. Billy Connolly. I don't remember Billy Connolly being there. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe?
I'd have to see the trailer again. I'm leaning towards no, because I'm just remembering. So I watched those movies in the same year, both at school. I remember a lot about Apollo 13, and I don't remember a lot about The Last Samurai, and I think that says something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so
I think I think I remember it being one of the best depictions of samurai culture. That being said, I haven't seen a lot of other Japanese films based on the topic, but I kind of liked it for its accurate depiction of the samurai. I think it's got ninjas in there as well, which they're never accurately depicted. So I think I praised it more for that. So we'll look into it for a trailer.
Yeah.
I like the idea of The Last Samurai. Like, this is the end of an era sort of thing.
Well, because, again, the reason why we were shown this in school is because the Japanese Empire was so reclusive for years and years, and so the reason he's the last one is because, like, feudal Japan is coming to an end when America and Britain kind of forced their way into Japan for trade purposes. So, yeah. It's looking at it. It would be looking at it quite historically accurately. That would be the point. Yeah. Okay.
The Wrestler, another R-rated movie from 2008, 7.9. This is Darren Aronofsky, which you probably haven't seen any of his films. He's a very different director. He has a very particular style and feeling. I think this is his best one, arguably. Stars Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei. Mickey Rourke, I believe that was the guy who played the guy with the whip from Iron Man 2. Remember the bad guy who's playing a Russian?
Ah, yep.
Yeah, that guy. This is like what he was made for, The Wrestler. I think had a lot of praise, a lot of awards. I would like to see a trailer, but I've heard very good things about The Wrestler.
All right. I'm interested. I have no idea what it's about, so trailer, absolutely.
I think it's about a wrestler.
I'd have to look at it again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Walk the Line.
Yes. Yes. This is, well, this to me is like the perfect
This is hands
biopic.
down one of the best biopics like ever made.
Yeah. Ever.
Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon, perfect casting for those roles. I've seen this 2 or 3 times since it was released.
I've seen this
in
a
2005.
bunch of times. And that's something to me that
that
says
cover
it's
art.
a good movie, because
Biopics are very hard to do.
well, and if you make a story that's compelling enough that it's a movie that you want to watch over and over again, and it's true, like, good job. So,
Yeah,
absolutely, yes.
that's on a yes. Awesome. October Sky. I haven't seen.
I loved October Sky. I recommended this one. I saw it when I was like 14. This is also based on a true story, and it's based on a book.
You've either got PG
which I think was
or
called
R, like Walk the Line and October Sky
Yeah.
PG, and all the rest are R. This is from 1999. You said it was based on a book?
Yeah, I think the book was called Rocket Boys. And
Boys.
it to me, it was just a really interesting story. And again, if we want to consider this a biopic, it's to me, it's similar caliber in terms of story and stuff to Walk the Line, which is why I wanted to suggest it. Look at the poster; it says a great movie. I agree.
You can't just put a great movie on your own movie poster. I'm sure it's a quote from something, but it's just like, what do you want to put this as?
What do you mean?
Yes, no, maybe trailer.
Yes.
Yes? Ooh,
which I'm surprising myself with that. But yeah, I think part of that too is because this is one that I really want you to see, and I think will inspire a lot of good discussion, which is why I would want to put it as an honorable mention beyond just thinking that it deserves to be higher.
You're recommending it, yeah. You would highly recommend this, so therefore it's an honorable mention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's going to create a lot of good discussion. So, yeah, I really liked October Sky. And wait, when I watched it... Huh?
Does the character's name Homer Hickman?
Hickam.
Ugh. Homer Hickam.
Also, I didn't realize when I watched this that this was a young Jake Gyllenhaal. He's very good in it, too.
What was the first movie you saw him in?
I have no idea.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea.
True Romance. We've got Tony Scott directing. Quentin Tarantino wrote it before he did Pulp Fiction. You've got a pretty good cast. Rated R. You've got a lot of black humor. Quentin Tarantino dialogue. There's a very young Brad Pitt.
This looks funny.
Yeah. It's a crime, drama, romance, comedy, black humor. It's the kind of humor that you would find from Tarantino.
This is something that I think I almost need to see before I decide, but I'm leaning towards yes. I really like Christian Slater.
Yeah,
I always did,
like
even before I figured
Slater.
out. I always liked him even before I figured out who he was. Whatever I'd seen him in, like, he's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm keen
Have you
to
ever
see
seen
this.
Heathers?
No.
Do you know what that is?
Well, yeah, because they remade it on Netflix.
Netflix or something, yeah, TV series.
Or Stan, yeah.
But the original, I remember being pretty funny, and he's big in it. Young Winona Ryder.
Do you know what, too? Remember, I was watching one of his movies, Christian Slater's movies, the other day with one of my clients.
Oh, really?
Called Pump Up the Volume. And I think that would be worth it, actually. I haven't even seen the whole movie yet.
So that was what turned you on his stuff more?
Lately, yeah. But, like, it's a really interesting concept. It's fucking hilarious. And like I said, I haven't even seen it all the way through yet, and I'm suggesting it for an honorable mention. Like, I liked it that much.
I'm going to put that on the trailer list just so I can look at it. I wonder what he's done lately. Because he was big in the 80s and 90s, and he hasn't really done much lately.
Yeah, he's kind of disappeared.
You know, the last thing I saw him in was Austin Powers.
Who is he in that?
In there. He has a cameo where Austin Powers, like, hypnotizes him. And he's like, I will go across the street and get you some orange sherbet. You don't remember that?
I don't remember
it's
that.
So dumb.
No.
But that was, I don't know, around the year 2000. That was the last thing I've seen him in.
I find him, like, strangely attractive, too. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. I think his eyes are too close together, but I can see that.
I dig him. I don't know. Anyways. True
this
Romance.
Got Patricia Arquette.
Really, I want to see this. And pump up the volume. I want you to see it.
All right, we'll look into it.
Cool.
Goldfinger. Now, I haven't seen a lot of 007, and I don't know if a lot of them deserve to be on the list. I don't think there's any of them on the list. There could be. I've heard Goldfinger is one of the better ones. What do you think about including 007?
I don't like the old ones.
Okay. This is from 1964.
And I'm not sure
it was
why.
one of the first ones.
I like the Daniel Craig era. I think he does a good job. Yeah. I guess I can't really say that because I haven't really seen any of the older ones. Or I reckon Sean Connery would have been a good James Bond. I don't know. I'm not keen on seeing it. Put it in the trailer, I guess. I'm leaning towards no. But then again, James Bond has been so influential that it's almost a disservice if we don't cover at least one of them.
That's what I thought. I thought there's at least probably should be one in the discussion. We have covered quite a lot of series. We're gonna be covering a lot more series. 007 always slips through the cracks with these things. And maybe Goldfinger's one of the better ones. I don't know. We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Oops, knocked my mic. The Butterfly Effect. This one's also a controversial one. Look at the Metascore on it. It's 30. Everything else is like 60 or above. But I really like this. This is high concept. Ashton Kutcher in a dramatic role. 2004. Amy Smart as the two leads.
I didn't know Ashton Kutcher was in this.
Have you seen it?
Hold on. No. But I've heard of it.
No.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Trailer.
it messes with different timelines. He can go back in time and change his...
no.
It's based on the Butterfly Effect. So, I've seen this probably 6, 7, 8 times. I really like it. And it might just be me.
I hate time travel for the same reasons I hate dramatic irony.
Okay. Paradoxes?
Anything fucking around with time, I don't enjoy watching it. It gives me a headache. So this is one, we'll look at the trailer, but like I'm reading it and based on the Metascore, like I see why you want to watch it. And I've heard lots about this movie. It does have 7.6 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know yet.
Okay, we'll look into it.
I don't know yet.
I like it. Probably, maybe doesn't deserve to be an honorable mention, but I'll accept that. Yeah. I like it.
Okay.
Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, 1971. Now, this was a series of movies. I think there was 5 in total, Dirty Harry movies. I think this is the first one. I have seen it. He's a police inspector, San Francisco. Again, I think this is me just, like, giving a shout-out to those classic series that were very influential. And I think this is the best one of the 5. So I'm going to lean towards trailer.
Yeah, same.
Yep. 7.7, rated R again.
Sorry, my ear really hurts, so I'm starting to, like, fuck around with my stupid headphones. I've given up on my computer. I know it's recording still.
Okay, as long as it's still recording. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I really want to see her.
I'm going to try and push for it to be yes.
Yeah, I want to see it anyway. And I didn't realize this was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, you got Spike Jonze as the director.
He's such a fucking chameleon.
He is. He's fucking good. You got Amy Adams, which I love. Scarlett Johansson's great. Rooney Mara is great. 8.0. Also rated R. How is this one rated R? This is like... Oh, anyway. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of cool context. I kind of like this. Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing this. Leaning towards yes. Gotta see a trailer, though. Well, I'm gonna watch this anyway, so probably yeah. Okay. Like, this is one that I'm gonna watch anyway, so...
I watched it, like... twice, back to back. When I first watched it, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch that again. I watched it like the next day. About Time. This is another time travel one, romantic comedy. I haven't seen it. Donald
How
Gleason,
many
I fucking love. I think he's so underrated.
time travel things is Rachel McAdams in?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she's been in 3 at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now I was also it looks dumb, especially looking at the poster, but I would like to put on the trailer list because I think it actually has some pretty big things to say. And it arises some pretty cool conversations and questions, so that's why I'm putting it here. It looks like just another dumb comedy, but I'm gonna want to look at a trailer because I think it could be worth a discussion.
Okay. Alright. I'd be more keen on putting The Vow in there if we're gonna look at something like this, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Boyhood.
This, I've heard interesting things about this.
How is this rated R? This system is all over the place.
This took years and years to film, didn't it?
12 years. They came back at the same time every year and recorded part of the... They filmed for a little bit every year for 12 years, showing this guy's life as he was growing up. So I think that's pretty cool concept. But I don't think the movie should rise just on concept alone. I don't know anything else about it.
I wanted to watch this. This makes me sad when people put this much work into something and then it doesn't get a very good rating or it kind of just falls away. Because the same thing happened with Vincent, that movie that was completely painted.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I feel like I gotta watch it just because these people worked for so long on
each frame
this
of the movie was a different painting. That's an incredible idea. Yeah. My mum watched this Boyhood movie and she's like, this is fucking shit. What the fuck is this? It's fucking garbage. But she doesn't have a very open mind when it comes to film, especially artistic film with these big concepts and they're actually trying to do something or say something she doesn't give a shit about. So maybe that means it's good? I don't know. Fuck.
I think maybe you should take that out.
Alright, why? Just too much swearing.
You're shit-talking your mom.
I'm shit-talking her taste in movies, and she knows this.
Alright. Trailer again. Kind of interested to see what happens.
Okay. Moonrise Kingdom.
I hate Moonrise Kingdom.
You had a bad experience with Moonrise Kingdom.
I'll give it another go. This was my first, I saw this on TV before I went to Pearson. And, this was my first ever encounter with artistic film, and I didn't understand it at all.
See, Wes Anderson is similar to someone like Tarantino in the sense that you have to understand what he's trying to do.
I know, but he's not my favorite. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a go again. But I
think Moonrise is my favorite of his.
Well, I didn't even really like Fantastic Mr. Fox. I get what he's doing. He's just not really my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
I'm going to put this on the trailer to know list.
Yeah, or trailer. Well, I'd be willing to watch it again just to give it another go because I recognize that I didn't understand it. Did he do the Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I don't like Wes Anderson.
Alright.
Okay. I think, I'm just thinking, these 3 movies, I didn't like these. Is this all him? Okay.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
And I think there are a few of his others on the list that you will have to see.
Okay. I will fully accept that, that it's just a me thing. I get that. He's just not my flavor.
Yep.
I think he does interesting things. I just don't like it. Anyway. Okay, moving on.
The Artist, 2011. This one, Best Picture. It is meant to be from the 30s. It's filmed in a way that you would film a movie from the 30s. It's silent. I don't know anything about the story, but I hope that it won the Best Picture, not just on the gimmick that it's filmed in the 30s.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see it just because I like when people do old film styles and with contemporary technology, you know?
See, I hate the idea of doing a film like this to make you think that it's the 30s, and then you put in someone like John Goodman and James Cromwell, who are very, like, identifiable, and it just takes me out of it instantly, and I hate that.
See, but what about that Lighthouse movie that's coming out? That's done in a similar style too, and I'm keen on seeing that because it's old style.
But Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in that don't look like Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. I don't know. I could really sell the illusion there that these are guys from Maine in the 40s. I believe that more than seeing John Goodman.
So you don't like it because... you don't like it because you don't want to look at it and be like, well, clearly that's Nick Jonas in black and white or whoever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, clearly that's whoever. Yeah.
Beside the fact that that fucking Wizard of Oz sequel was fucking shit, I think that it wasn't a good idea to cast good-looking, young, well-known actors like James Franco and Mila Kunis in those roles, because when I think of Wizard of Oz, I think of 1939. I think of this magical era. Even the novel was from like 1911 or
Oz
some
the Great and
right?
Powerful was a flaming turd.
It was. I'm talking about beside the
disappointment.
movie. Beside the movie,
Yeah.
I'm talking about casting.
Yeah.
I would prefer if you don't put those kind of people in these roles because it takes me out of it. You're trying to make me feel like it's in this time and this era, and it works if you're trying to do like a biographical sort of, set in that era kind of movie. But if you're trying to actually convince me, like The Artist is, it's a silent film from 2011. It's black and white, and you put someone in like John Goodman in there, it really takes me out of it personally.
I hear you.
What do you think?
Just to go back
Yes, no,
for a second.
maybe-
I'd be
Maybe a
interested
trailer.
to look at the trailer, yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, just going back, Oz the Great and Powerful was a prequel, not a sequel.
That's my point. The point is that it's around,
Okay.
it's meant to be before 1939.
Yeah, but it's
meaning
also
that,
in this, fictional world.
Okay, my point is don't cast James Franco
Yeah.
for this. I saw this guy as an old
He was
guy
actually-
in the 30s.
He was actually very good in it, even though it was a flaming turd. Whatever, we'll get off that topic. It
I'm not talking about
doesn't
the
really
type
matter.
of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about his acting.
I know. Next.
Slumdog Millionaire. This was also one that's on the fence. People love it or hate it. I'm more towards the love it than hate it. I've seen it a handful of times. Rated 8.0 out of 10. Dev Patel, 2008. Won Best Picture.
This was Indian produced, wasn't it?
I think so.
See, and that for me,
I think it might be a British film, actually. But it could be.
we need to look into it more, but for the sake of my point right now, the fact that it's an Indian film that made this many waves in, the US
I think it was more British than it was Indian.
Okay. Well...
You know what? I'm going to lead towards a no
That's
on
okay.
this one. Even though I like it and I think it's good, I don't think it leads to good discussions. I don't think it deserves to be in the top 250.
And I agree with you. I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't really like it. I don't mind it, but it's not great. It's fine.
I think we'll just pass on that one.
Yeah. It doesn't spring to my mind as you've got to see this movie,
Yeah. This is another one where it's just it's probably a no as well, but I wanted to discuss it with you as well. This one was also recommended to me. It's called 4 Months, 3 Weeks, and 2 Days. Now, this is a Romanian film from 2007, 7.9 out of 10. A woman assists her friend in arranging an illegal abortion in the 1980s.
In Romania.
Yeah, it looks pretty full on. I'm good to look at a trailer. Probably not much more than that, just because it looks interesting. It might lead to some discussions, but I don't think it deserves to be in the top 250.
I agree.
7.9, close.
I'm interested to see the trailer though, because sometimes you see something, you're like, "Fuck, I want to see that." Don't know what it's about, but I want to see it. You know what I mean?
Okay, we'll look at the trailer.
So, yeah.
And then we have The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Now, this might just be me, because I love this movie. I might just be leaning the stick a little bit more towards the yes side, just because I like it so much. It's an Australian film about drag queens road tripping through the desert.
Here's why I think we should do it. Because there are not a ton of really good, well-known representations of the gay community in film culture. There's definitely a lot of movies, but some of them are kind of on the indie scene and some of them aren't very good. This is one that
This is on the indie scene.
Yeah, but it also kind of made it people know what it is. You know what I mean?
1994,
I'm
Hugo
gonna-
Weaving, Guy Pearce.
I'm going to push for this one.
On a yes?
Yep. Not just because I like it.
I actually really
geez,
like
they kind of give a spoiler in that synopsis.
I don't think it is.
All right.
What part of it?
The one person is trans. I guess that was kind of
I think that's a
already
given.
known.
The three, you got two drag performers and a transgender woman, and they're on a road trip through the desert, through the outback.
Yep.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Priscilla's the bus, right? Sorry, just take that out. But yeah, okay.
What they do with the costuming and what they do with the bus and the music in this, I fucking love it.
It's just,
Guy
it's a
Pearce
great
is
representation
incredible.
of drag.
Yeah. And I think it's hilarious as well. It's a good comedy. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, this is Ang Lee before he did Brokeback Mountain, before he did The Hulk, after he did Sense and Sensibility. He's a very well-acclaimed director. This is a Chinese film. I hear it's very good. I don't know much else about it. He's fucking good at doing such a range of films.
This is one that I've heard about since forever.
Which is probably a good sign.
Trailer. Need to see the trailer.
I'm going to say trailer, leaning towards yes, just because I know it is very influential, and I'd like to have more foreign language representation on the list.
All right.
Run, Lola, Run. Now, this is a French film, I believe it is, from 1998. It's pretty silly premise by the looks of it. I hear it's good. I think it's got a cult following, like it's an indie film that's got a lot of praise. I'm leaning towards trailer. I don't know anything else about it.
Trailer. Leaning towards no.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, we'll see. I'm judging the book hard by its cover here. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it looks kind of silly. It looks very, 98.
Yeah.
Avatar. What do you think about James Cameron from 2009? Now, this one, I believe, a lot of people loved it when it came out, but the public's perception of this film has just dropped drastically, exponentially over time, especially with the announcement of him doing all these sequels and making an incredible world, and there's Avatar Land at Disney World. People don't hold this movie in nearly as high regard as they used to. What do you think?
I really liked it when it came out. I haven't seen it in a while. And not just, I liked it for the visual effects. I liked it for some of the concept. I liked it for the action sequences. I think it deserves to be looked at. It was very influential when it came out, and there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah, I think it was the technology and the fact that it was James Cameron. He hadn't worked in 12 years, and he comes out with this massive thing.
And it is an interesting story. It's interesting.
I would say that there's a lot of elements of this movie that are very unoriginal. And if we watch it, I will make a list of the things that they ripped off, straight up. I can think of, last time I did it, I listed 10 different things that it ripped off.
All right.
But I think it's because it's James Cameron. The story is pretty good. I like the acting. The technology is incredible. Do you think it deserves to be on an honorable mention?
Yeah, simply because of the technology. And you got to remember, you've got to think about it in terms of when it did come out. Like, this was cutting edge in terms of CG. And
when
it actually
they released it, I remember they re-released it in 3D, and they re-released it again in, like, extended edition or whatever. And then there was, like, a bunch of praise around these recuts and stuff. I remember seeing it in 3D. It was the first movie I watched in 3D. See, the end of 2000s, early like teens, those were the years where it's like pushing for 3D, and then it fizzled, and no one really cares. People are more looking for like 4K and high definition rather than.
I never wanted to have a 3D TV.
See, I know they were trying to push for that in the home, and I'm like, I have no interest in that. I think it like fucking wrecks your eyes and shit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that's why it was the highest grossing movie of all time for, I don't know, the next 10 years.
Because they
re-released
and re-released and re-released.
Yeah, because it was James Cameron and because they re-released it, which is the exact tactic. What?
I'm looking at the gross earnings of it. Like, I never realized just how much money it made. It almost made, I mean, I'm saying it almost made $1 billion. It didn't. It made over 750 million, but that's a lot of money.
That 760 million that you're looking at, that is purely domestic US. Internationally, it made $2.7 billion.
Whoa! That's so much money.
Yep. And
Holy
then Avengers Endgame only
okay.
just recently surpassed it. And the only reason Avengers Endgame actually surpassed it, A, is because it's a fucking massive movie that 21 movies are leading up to. So much hype around it. But they also re-released it as an extended edition. I think they added an extra 5 to 10 minutes in there in the cinemas just so that they could beat that record. So I'm going to put that on yes.
Yeah.
One left.
Woo! Okay.
Roma. Now, this one, again, is Alfonso Cuarón. This is his latest one from 2018. I've heard very good things. It's Mexican. What do you think? I think it's artsy. It's very artsy.
I'm
black and white.
just trying to read the synopsis. I'm getting caught up on stuff. Hold on. Trailer. I've found that I actually really like Alfonso Cuarón. Anything of his that I've seen, I've really liked. So I've
heard this one's got like big life messages and like a lot of things to say.
You've brought this one up before. I definitely want to see a trailer. I want to know a little bit more about what it's about. So definitely trailer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm just going to run through the things that we've got on the yes list as definites.
Okay.
We've got Primal Fear, The Color Purple, Martian.
Yep.
Notebook with a question mark. What do you think about Notebook? Yes or no? Bam, go.
No.
Okay. Clerks, Annie Hall.
Yep.
Philadelphia.
Don't know.
3:10 to Yuma.
Yes.
Empire of the Sun. Walk the Line.
Yes.
October Sky. Her. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Avatar. Those are the ones that I'm leaning more towards yes.
There were a couple in the beginning there where I was like I'll have to see trailers.
Or Martian?
No, Annie Hall and the other one right next to Annie Hall. Philadelphia I'd like to see. Annie Hall, I have no idea what it's about, but I know you quite like it and you're pushing for it. So, except for those two, I'm so... let me finish. Except for those two, I'm so for the rest of that list. Awesome.
I'm glad we decided on a bunch as yeses. We have some in the maybe pile, and everything else, a couple of no's, but everything else is in the trailer section. So we'll go off, watch a bunch of trailers, and then we'll come back in next month's bonus episode.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
Cool.